Hey YouTube, this is VidHead85 and I'm going to talk a little bit about something that I've noticed. Now, recently I've had an on-air kind of back and forth with my ex-boyfriend, and I talked about it with a friend of mine today, and I definitely just we talked about it, and it was really cool that we were able to talk about that too. And afterwards, after we went shopping at Wal Mart, and then we went to Famous Dave's, because at first we were gonna go to McDonald's for just some dollar menu and then just go on home. I saw Famous Dave's, and I'm like, "Hey, Tom, have you been there?" And he's like, "No, I haven't been there." So I'm like, "Hey, you know what? Yeah, let's go there." And he's like, "Well, what kind of food do they have?" And I'm like, "Well, they're famous for their barbecue stuff, but if they don't have anything on the menu that you want, we can just leave." He's like, "Okay." So we went in there. We ended up eating there, and after that, we just went home and everything like that. So that was pretty cool. And then I call Tom Nichan, which means brother in Japanese, my like gay little brother, and he's a really awesome guy, and he's really cool, and I actually did like him or whatever, and I told him, and he's like, "No, that's okay, but as far as I'm concerned, you're just a friend," and that was cool. Because his friendship really does mean a lot to me, and a lot of times, sometimes a best friend, like the best boyfriend, I say, is a girlfriend. And I remember posting that up on Facebook one day, and everybody, like, well, if they were to have seen that, the best boy, where I said, more than a boyfriend, I need a girlfriend. And some eyes must have perked up when they first saw that, and then I explained, because a girlfriend that somebody that you can go to the movies with, somebody that you can kiki with, you can just be friends, have peace of mind, closeness, and sometimes you can get a boyfriend out of that, which is cool. But the reason why I say that is because, one, there's no sexual tension, but once you do get that out of the way, if you are attracted to them, everything's cool, and you're just friends, so you can just go to the movies, eat, shopping, hang out at each other's places with a group of friends, and it's cool because there may be little to no sexual tension there, or because of that close friendship that you have, you may rein yourself back. Like, there are some friends that I really liked, but I rein myself back because I'm like, I don't want to be the idiot that didn't leave well enough alone. And we do like girl talk, like we kiki about like guys we like and everything, and sometimes we even say, what, if one day we'll double date when we both got somebody. And a peace of mind that I get from that is because nothing's really at stake. You can relax and be yourself without wondering if you look like a blithering idiot, and if you do, they can call you out and be like, what, that was really idiotic what you just said. And you're like, well, and then you try and come back with something even more offensive, and it's all good, it's all gravy. There's nothing, nobody's, hurting each other or whatever. It's just simply, you're ball busting, and that closeness that you can get out of that is, that, both of you see sides of each other as time goes on. You see the real person, and sometimes you may have a closeness to them that others may not be able to breach, and you can tell when they're lying. And when they ask you, "Why do you think I'm lying?" you can simply say, "Because I know you." I know you. That's how I know you're lying, and you're not telling me the whole truth. So you get that closeness with your ace boon coon, with your brother, And in fact, a lot of times, some people do say that, what, you're like my brother, like, at which I adopted a little brother, Nichan. I call Tom my Nichan, little brother. And in fact, Matt Chernsky, you're also my gay little brother, so I don't want to hear a thing. I've adopted you. And then there is another aspect of it, that you can sometimes find a lover out of that. So many people have coupled, after being friends for a long time, because they see a lot of that. And sometimes it's good to leave well enough alone, as I stated earlier. But sometimes that person, when you become convinced that that is the one person, that is a person that you could date and maybe spend the rest of your life with, and maybe not, then you become there's a closeness added to that friendship that, or that relationship, that you wouldn't have if you had met somebody out somewhere, you know. And if there's a spark after a while, it can become a lasting friendship or a relationship. And also, because of that friendship, the breakup may be a bit more amiable or not, depending on what kind of friends you were. And even though a common past does not indicate a common future, sometimes it very well may. And you know enough of each other, you know enough of their pet peeves, but there's also a closeness that a lover can step into that a friend cannot. But that's one of the ways the two can kind of cross. But sometimes it does pay to leave well enough alone, and at other times the one could be in front of your face and never know. But like I said, some girlfriends do later on turn into a boyfriend. And that's something that, that many people have acknowledged. And even sometimes, even sometimes you can be seeing that person all the time and then never really say anything. And then, situation may change and you say something, but that's a whole nother story for another day. But the reason why I say the best boyfriend is a girlfriend is simply because of, well, one, I'm single now, and I'm really starting to think that now, because of the fact that, when you get together, your friends can be there to kind of like, or when you're talking to this person, your friends can kind of help you feel them out. And then, when you break up and everything, your friends will be like, well, you know what, I didn't want to tell you this because I didn't want you to get offended, and I didn't want you to think I was crazy or anything, but this is what I saw. And sometimes, and again, a friend can get that close, So let me know what your thoughts are. I really am a firm believer of that. I don't think that will ever change, because of the fact that I know enough about myself to know that that's really what I need right now. I need, someone that I could just sit down and have a soda with, because I normally don't drink. I'll have a drink or two when I go out, and then say, okay, girl, this is what's on my mind. Leave the pitcher of soda over here. This is going to be a long one. So, YouTube, you have yourself a great day, and I hope to see you. I will be making some more videos later. Bye-bye.